This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk through this 2021 Mesa Ridge XLT fifth wheel model 294 RLS. Okay, this is not a floor plan video or a sales video. It's just a how-to. So I'm just going to show you some of the features. Now, first of all, this stuff here, if you want it or not, it's up to you. But this, when we put your washer dryer in, this was the stuff that came off. I'm sure you want it. Maybe you'll keep the doors or something, but I'm sure you're going to tell them to junk it. But we're just leaving to hear from you. This is, of course, for your hitch there. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's do it down here. We're on the door side at the rear. Okay. So you've got this type of slide outs are called AccuSlides, just so you know. Okay. Now, if you have a hole here, let me see where it goes to. Okay, so that hole goes to your to the 3/4 inch hex that lowers and raises your spare tire, so you can get at it even if your slide rooms are in. Which, generally speaking, they probably would be because you're on the road. So I guess that does make sense, doesn't it? All right, so you have a 4-point leveling system here. I'm trying to get to the rear one so you can see it. There it is right there. It's ground control. Now keep in mind, you see the part that says strong arm on it? When you're raising and lowering the jack itself, you want to loosen that T-handle. Okay? Therefore, the inner tube can travel easily inside the outer tube. But then when you get it down into position to where you're happy with it and you're going to camp like that, you'll tighten that T-handle up so it takes the movement out of it. So when you're going up and down, you want it loose. When you get it in place, you can tighten it. Okay? This is an electric stabilizing system. Okay. 4-point, as I stated. Okay. You have a power awning with LED strip, of course. This is your pass-through storage with your stuff in it right now. This right here is a quick connect LP hookup right there. If you want to put a grill or a griddle on it, you can hook up right there. Run the hose to a table or wherever you have it sitting, and it will actually pull the propane out of the LP system. Okay. This is the vent for your dryer, right there. This is your furnace vent right here. This is your, this one has 3 20-pound LP tanks. So you got 2 on this side, and you can move this lever here and it'll slide out so you can access them real easily. Okay. Okay, let me get my flashlight out here so we can see. We're inside right now, but it's good because it's darker, but it's not nearly as cold as it is outside. So you got 2 27 series deep cycle marine batteries. Now these are wired together so as though you have 12 volt, right? So you're basically just doubling the storage capacity. It's still a 12 volt because there's one 12 volt battery. It just doubles the capacity, okay? That's important because the leveling system really likes a lot of voltage to work correctly. There we go. Sorry about the camera work. So this is your outside. There's 2 controls for this thing. I'm going to have to pull this off because it's half off. There's 2 controls for the leveling system. This one out here is limited. It doesn't have as many features. To turn it on, you push both arrows up at the same time. You can see. Then you can auto level. Auto level will just level the trailer, of course. Auto hitch height is something you use when you retract them. The hitch height is the last height the trailer was at before you auto leveled it. So when you pulled into the campground, you unhitched, you pulled your tow vehicle out from underneath. That's what it remembers. Then you auto level. So when you want to get ready to leave, if you push hitch height, it'll take it right back to that position. So you, in theory anyway, you should be able to slide right underneath and off you go. Retract all is not a really usable function because it'll nosedive the trailer, even retract your front landing gear here. Okay. And remember what I said about the strong arms? They're here also. Make sure you have those T-handles. You loosen them when you're going up and down. Okay. So those are the three functions from here. Now when I show you the inside the controller, it'll have some more functions, like you can independently operate them and things like that. Okay. This right here that is your battery disconnect. Why they had I guess they had a disconnect because they were in storage. So that's your battery disconnect. This device right here is your power inverter. So it inverts power. What it does, what inversion is the opposite of conversion. Inversion takes 12 volt DC and it inverts it to 110 AC. So in this case, the only thing that's attached to it is your refrigerator. You got a 110 AC refrigerator just like you would have at home. And when you're pulling it down the road, basically this will take the energy out of your two batteries, convert it to AC power, and keep your refrigerator running. Of course, after that, also while that happens, your tow vehicle's alternator will be charging the batteries. When you're plugged in, your power converter will be charging the batteries. I'll show you that when we get inside. So this is a power inverter. Goes from DC to AC power. Okay. Covers that. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if there's a light. There we go. Okay, so this is your water hook up here. This is very self-explanatory. It has pictures even of the three valves, what position to put them in. Okay, so if you see, I'll move this so you can see it. It says pump and city. So to do that, you're going to have it in this position and that position. See, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Right now, that's what you'll use normally when you've got city water. Okay, you just hook up the hose, turn it on, and you're all set. This is your freshwater connection right here. So if you happen to go to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, you can fill your tank and take the water with you. See, that would be three of them horizontal to the right. So that would be right there. So you do that, and the water hose hooked up here will fill your fresh water tank. Okay. Then when you get there and you want to use your pump to pump out the water, you put it back to this position here, right there, pump and city. The next one is to winterize, right? And the other one is to bypass the water heater. Okay. So right now this is winterized. Okay, so it's bypassed, and the water heater is empty. Okay. Now this is a gray tank flush, black tank flush. Always black is toilet water and waste, gray is sink and shower water. Always dump the black first, then the gray. Then after you dump the black, you can leave the valve open like so, and put the hose of the dump station onto your black tank flush, hook up right there, and it'll actually turn it on and actually flush out your black tank. It'll spray off the sensor so you get good solid reading down the road, that sort of thing. So okay, cool. And that's just a water hookup, and there's a coiled hose that goes on here somewhere. I'll have to find it for you. I haven't actually seen it, so maybe I'll have to get you one. I don't know. So this is your water heater right here. Let me get my flashlight again. This is your anode rod and drain plug right here. You see that? That screws in right here, right? This is an 1 1/16 wait a minute, say it again. An 1 1/16 6-point hex, right? 6-point socket. You'll need that plus a 6-inch extension and a bar to break it with, or a ratchet to do that. Right now your water heater is empty. It is bypassed, like I said, because it's winterized. Now, something to keep in mind is you never turn on the electricity or the gas to it without water being in the tank. So you never run it dry. Now this switch right here, on and off, you can see it right there. That controls the electric heating element that's behind this cover here. So you have to make, when you're ready to camp, you have to make sure there's water in the tank, of course. Then you're going to turn this on, and then you can operate, the other controls are inside the trailer, but just remember that this switch right here is here. It's off right now, but once you got water in the tank, you need to turn it on. This also works on gas, and I think I stated that, but we'll show you when we get inside. If I can get this on with one hand, which I don't think I can. Yeah, I'm doing a video. Okay, low point drains down here for the plumbing. And there's a other drain. So like I said, you have an AccuSlide here. You can tell by the cables on it. This is a 50 amp 30-foot cord, plus we give you a reducer to reduce it down to a 30 amp system, and then you've got another one that you can reduce it down to 20 if you need to. You just can't run the air conditioners that way for 20 amps, but everything else you can. This housing tells us we're pre-wired for a backup camera. You've got a ladder going up, which is great because the manufacturer states that you need to inspect your roof every 90 days. So someone needs to go up there, look around, look at the roof, make sure there's no cracking or separation at any of the sealant, make sure no attachments were damaged by low branches, that sort of thing. If you see any issues, take care of them immediately. Okay. So, I showed you, let me get this light on here. Oh, there's got to be a switch somewhere here. I walk past it. Here. This is another control panel here. Lights, turn them all on. Scroll through this in here a bit. Whoops. While I'm standing here, I might as well do this. You can push devices right there. So this one does your leveling, your lights, and your slides. So the slides are right here, of course. 1, 2, and 3, plus and minus. Leveling, remember I showed you the controller outside? Well, there's another one in here that has more functions on it. So you have the normal stuff, auto level, auto hitch height. So you can actually use these independent of each other. The way you do it is scroll down to manual mode, then you push enter. Now you're in a manual mode, and you can select front, rear, left, right, and then push positive or negative to raise or lower them, so you can run the jacks independent of each other. Let me get back to where we were so somebody doesn't know what's in. There you go. So we're back to the main mode, auto level and auto hitch height. Okay. So I still didn't turn this light on here. Let me see. I bet it's right here. There we go. Porch, flood. There we go. Now they're all on. All right. So I showed you the power inverter up in the front basement, right? That converts DC to AC power, or inverts DC to AC power. This is the power converter. It does just the opposite. You plug in and it takes 110 AC, and these are the circuit breakers here. You see it, they're just like the ones you'd have at home, and they're all labeled, right? AC power. So then it's converted to 12 volt DC down here, and you got 12 volt fuses like you can see there, and they're all labeled also. So that's where the 12 volt comes from. This also, the 12 volt side is a battery tender, so it'll determine how much energy you have in your battery, and it'll act accordingly. If it's low, it'll send you 15 amps, for example. If it's topped off, it'll send you maybe just a couple amps to maintain it. Okay. So it does AC. It inverts DC to AC and converts AC to DC on this one. So okay. Hopefully I explained that good enough for you. This is just obviously for your ceiling vent right there. It's a remote. This is another control panel. I showed you how you could run the slide rooms from the digital panel. Well, you can also do it here with the analog panel. Your lights are here. To light your water heater on gas, right there. To light it on electric, remember I told you there's a second switch out there. And to turn the pump on, right there. Don't run the water heater without water in the tank. And then you have your levels, batteries, charged, fresh water, black water, so on and so forth. They graduate up in 1/3 increments. Once you get past 2/3, you're going to have to start thinking about dumping your black tin gray tanks. This is for your awning right here. And there's an app for this too, so keep in mind, you look at this information here, you got an app for this one and for your touch panel. Okay. So, get some light here, hold on. Okay. So, this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if the gas is on right now, but, so if not, I'll just walk you through it. But you're going to spark by turning this clockwise and sparking. You got 3 burners and 3 knobs, and then the one on the end here is for your oven. So basically, you're just going to go like this. The gas is shut off right now. I can't hear it. So if the gas was on, that would have lighted. And then, of course, in the oven, down here at the bottom, all the way to the back is a pilot light. So basically, you're gonna go to pilot here, depress it, light it, and keep it depressed. After it lights, you hold it for another 10 seconds or so. Then go to operating temperature. But when you shut it off, the pilot light goes off, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use it. Okay. TV, you should always have it strapped when you're traveling, of course. I also have some more storage here. Let me get this strap out of the way here. Your fireplace, this is the remote for the fireplace, works on 110 AC. So you got on, you can change the low, if you see that right there, low, high, and then you go to temperatures. Low and high are the fan speeds. So you want if you really want it to kick out, you put it on high, and it'll take the chill right out of this room here. So it has a timer. If you wanted to set it like 20 minutes before you get up in the morning, it'll kick on and it'll take the chill out, and it won't use any of your limited supply of LP. It'll just work off electricity. So, okay. This next remote here is for your sound. So this has an FM radio. It has a USB so you can stream off of, HDMI in. It has Bluetooth so you can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet, and 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. All right. If you, for example, with this N, if you wanted to use a portable Blu-ray player, you could just set it down and go straight into the system this way with it. All right. Your couch, you pull the cushions off, obviously, and you fold it out. Your theater seats have controls for the footrest, and it reclines and that sort of thing. This device here is the carbon monoxide LP gas detector. So if it goes off, you take everybody outside, leave the door open, shut off the gas, figure out what's going on. Your chairs fold into little benches. This one is folded, that one is not. You can see there. Okay. Now let me look around, see if I forgot anything in this room. The microwave works like any other microwave, of course. So does the refrigerator. Okay. So let's see what I have here for you. Okay. Sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. You got a washer dryer combo here. Basically, it drains into the gray water tank. Keep that in mind. And also, I believe it does. Some of them directly bypass it, but I'm sure this one goes into the tank. But you can double check with that. And of course, your dryer vents to the outside. Toilet works like any other RV toilet. You can't use it dry, so you always want to put your chemical. There's some antifreeze there. Put your chemical and your water in there, gallon of water or so, and you're all set to use it. Okay. Yeah. So here's the hose I told you I was going to look for right here. This is your 3/4 inch crank, like you would use to raise and lower your tire, for example. This is an awning tool in case it fails. You have to sort of watch the video while you do that, just to understand how it works. This is, what is this here? A strap of some sort. It might be the TV, or the, I'm not sure what the strap's for. It might be for the washer dryer. I'm not sure. We'll ask the person who prepped it. And of course, there's your remote for your TV back here. Got a second TV. Always see that, if you can see that red LED glow in there, there's a button next to it. You always want that on. If you don't have that on, you will not get a good signal. That's the power booster for the digital antenna. And of course, your bed is a motorized deal that goes up and down. At least I think it is. I think it's a better look, huh? Yes. So you got that. Okay, so let me look around and see if I forgot anything. Make sure you always run the fan in the bathroom with the shower. You always want to pull the humidity out. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days. That's important. People, generally speaking, don't inspect their roof enough. So make sure you do that. And as I stated earlier, this is winterized right now. The water heater is bypassed and empty, and there's antifreeze in the system. Okay? Thank you very much.